Hi, my name is Lorabell. I'm doing a packed cell volume and plasma protein determination. The materials you're going to need are a test tube rack to place your blood in, a purple top tube that contains EDTA, which is an anticoagulant that keeps the blood from clotting, and then you're going to need microhematocrit tubes. They're also known as capillary tubes and hematocrit tubes. Critoseal, also known as clay sealant. A microhematocrit centrifuge reader card to test the percentages of how many red blood cells you have. Chem wipes to keep your refractometer clean and your station clean. And also you'll be needing a refractometer to measure your plasma protein. To start, once you have your gloves on, this is when you start, you're going to shake your tube up because you want the EDTA to mix with the blood. Then you open it up. Once it's open, you're going to take 2 capillary tubes out because you're going to be doing 2 samples in case one of them goes wrong. So you have 2. And you're going to take the side of a capillary tube that has the red stripe on it, and you're going to take your blood and you're going to pour it to the lip of the tube. Once it's at the lip, you're going to take your capillary tube and keep it inside the blood so that the capillary action will put the blood into the tube. You're going to keep doing this until the blood reaches 3/4 of the way up the tube. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take a chem wipe and you're going to wipe the edge of your tube so there's no blood on it. You're going to switch it around and close one end up. Then you're going to take your critoseal and you're going to poke some clay while keeping your finger at the top to keep the pressure inside so the blood doesn't come out. And you're going to poke about 5 times in the clay. Then when you have a good amount of clay, you're going to put the sample off to the side and you're going to do the same thing to the other tube. I'm just going to do the same thing. Wipe it again. And you're going to poke clay, keeping your finger at the top still. Then once you have all of your clay, wipe all the blood around everything, you're going to take your 2 samples to the centrifuge. The settings on your centrifuge, the power should be on, the speed should be on high, and the settings should be on high. You're going to place your two tubes, your 2 samples, and you're going to make sure that they're on opposite sides of each other so that the centrifuge is balanced. Then you're going to close the lid and make sure that it's tight, but not too tight to the point where you can't take it off. Once it's on, you're going to close the lid until you hear a click, and then we're going to spin this down for 6 minutes. So we're going to move it to 10, and then move it back down to 6. Okay, so once it's done spinning down, you're going to pop it back open, the lid, pop the lid off. You're going to take your blood out for examination. So with our 2 samples, we're going to be reading how much red blood cells we have. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tube and you're going to line the top of where the plasma proteins start to where the clay starts. Once you find that, you're going to read where the red blood cells start, and that's around 60%. So for the patient, we're going to write down that the packed cell volume was 60%. Now for the plasma protein determination, what you're going to do is you're going to take your refractometer out. You're going to open the lid, and then you're going to take your tube and you're going to snap it in half. Then you're going to carefully take your plasma protein and dab it onto the refractometer. That's probably as much as we're going to get from that. Close the lid. You're going to look into the light to get a reading. And for this, we're going to be reading the left side of the refractometer for serum P. For the reading, we have 12 grams per deciliter. Grams per deciliter is the measurement that we use when reading the plasma proteins. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to rinse off your refractometer for the blood. And you're going to dry it with a chem wipe as to not scratch the refractometer. Once you're done, you're going to close the lid and carefully place it back into its case. And then now you clean up.
Should I stop it now? Okay, well, cut that out.
That is how you do a packed cell volume and plasma protein determination.